Ruby. Hey Stan, Barney, Nell, Ruby, what are you rolling in? Good morning, Otis. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome along to Stanley's. What are we on, Stanley? Your third walk? 3.5. Kind of had a half a walk on Friday, a walk with me on Saturday, your proper first walk on Monday, and now this is your second proper walk. So yeah, I don't know what that puts us at, but do we need to count? I don't know. Maybe we need to count. Allow me to do a quick introduction. Good morning, my name's Stephen Crighton and I am the owner of Crighton Pet Services. I go live every morning to show you the fun that I have with the dogs that I look after, and so far we've been attracting a huge audience over the course of our sort of 10, 15, 20 minute live streams with the little pack. So thank you to everybody who is tuning into these sessions. It is truly a privilege to have you all have your attention for so long and have so many of you giving us your attention. So come and join us on our walk. We're going to show you some of the fun and some of the perils of walking dogs together in a group like this, but importantly we're going to focus our attention a little bit on the horizon, and that's metaphorically and physically, because or literally, whatever you want to class it as, because we're going to look ahead to tomorrow's session and the red weather warning that is apparently in place in Edinburgh for this time tomorrow. So fun and games, a little bit stressful, to be honest with you, because I need to think about the safety and the welfare of the dogs that I look after, but also the commitment that I've given to the families and the amount that they rely on me and trust me to exercise their dogs while they are otherwise indisposed. So decisions will have to be made, but let me just tell you right now, usually I would use my earphones as the mic to help drown out some of the background noise and things like that, and today I don't know if this is classed as the calm before the storm, but certainly there's not a drop of wind in the air. It's so calm, it is so unbelievably peaceful and steady and easy. I just don't get it. And apparently tomorrow we're going to have gusts of of up to 100 mile an hour, and there's not even a breeze right now. There's nothing. Let's see if we can demonstrate that. That's just falling straight down, albeit a bit clumsily, but there's nothing here. And I suspect this time tomorrow we won't be able to stand on this side of the hill, so let alone roll in something, Ruby. Yes, another dead mouse or something like that. So yeah, so we'll see how it goes. If there's anyone got any advice for this weather warning that we're going to have, please feel free to share it in the comments, because I'm kind of stressing a little bit. I'm a little bit apprehensive about it. I don't know, is it legacy media talking nonsense, or is it a genuine threat to life? Please help me make my decision for my morning walk tomorrow and my afternoon walk as well. And to help balance the equation, I've got 2 full packs tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon, so there's 16 families that will be let down if I don't take out their dogs. There's 16 families that will have to change their working arrangements or take a holiday or work from home, you know, those kind of things. Or if we go out, do we risk running into problems, getting blown about the place, getting into trouble? I don't know. Help. Hi Frank, how you doing? Looks awesome, thank you. Frank, you will notice that I joined your channel today. I hope it continues to be a success. I'll catch up with some of the videos that you've made in due course, but I only knew you started streaming because Nick told me. that she was jumping onto your live because you were going live. So congratulations on that. It's quite a big deal, isn't it? It's like quite nerve-wracking and daunting, but it'd be brilliant. This time next year, when you're in your mansion, remember your old pal. Amir, we are in Edinburgh, which is in Scotland, part of the UK, and it's the calm before the storm, before this red weather warning hits us. I don't know if it's oh, Stanley, buddy, you're all tangled. Are you okay? There you go. I don't know if we're going to get any of it this morning, this afternoon, or if it's all going to be from this evening. But there's some of my friends up there. Can you see the other dogs on the hill? Maybe the image isn't strong enough to do it. There's some other dogs up there. Barney's barking at them. Come on, who gonna say? What are you laughing at, Frank? I'm being serious. So yeah, so we'll show you all the fun and games and a couple of talking points from today's point of view. Well, first of all, we have to say hello to the other Westie. Hello. Do you want to meet Charlie? This is Charlie. And Nell. And Ruby. Hi. You've got nice body language, bud. I know. I know. You're a happy dog. You're a happy dog. One of the beauties of doing what I do is that you very quickly understand dogs' body language, and those that want to come in or want us to say hello and those that don't. Barney! Barney's maybe going to try and mount this dog. I think he's still got his bits. What do we think? Stanley! Stanley! Come on, Buster. Good boy, buddy. That's very good from you. That's very good. So this is Stanley on his second official walk. And fellow Border Terrier Otis by his side, showing him the ropes. Are you coming with us, kiddo? Dad's up there. Your dad's up there. We've all said hi. We've lost interest now, but you've not. Otis is going to pee where he pees. Absolutely. Good boy, Otis. Good boy. This is our hill, right? So yeah, so approaching that dog, it was pretty clear. He was quite happy to meet us. We tend not to be in the camp of, don't worry, he's friendly. But when I do what I do, it is quite easy to see who's happy to. And the owner was just plodded along quite a thing, gave me a nod earlier on in our session. So that's one part. And then the next bit is obviously, we're talking about little Stanley here. He's kind of enjoying his freedom with the pack. We've the people who were on the hill just behind us, if you've stayed tuned long enough to see, I kind of waved to people in the background. They've got some big dogs with them, in particular a Great Dane, the biggest of the dogs that we would probably encounter on our travels in Edinburgh. And I don't think Stanley's that great around bigger dogs. Are you, bud? What do we think? Eh? Are you going to be okay with the pack by your side? We're not sure. We're not 100% sure. We're going to play it by ear and learn as we go. But with things like that, it's always a bit difficult to gauge, and we're certainly not going to throw him into the deep end with the Great Dane. But we will wait and see how things unfold. Hey, Barney boy, what have you been doing? Munching mud? Are you a mud muncher? Are you a mud muncher, buddy? Yes, you give Nell some kisses. Oh, and you want to give me some kisses, yeah? I see you. I see you. So yeah, so I don't know what we don't know what the weather's going to be like tomorrow, but I tell you, the conditions today are just phenomenal. In the background there, that hill, one of Edinburgh and Scotland's famous ones, that's Arthur's Seat. I tend not to go there with the dogs too often because it's very busy. It's just like a tourist hotspot. You get people, like bus loads of people getting dropped off at the bottom of the hill. And then it's not very high, it's about 300 metres, about 1,000 feet. So it's not a huge hill by any stretch, but you'll still get people, tourists, like arriving and flip-flops in the middle of winter and just like wondering how they're having to get airlifted off of it. Things like that. Yep. It's actually quite accessible, to be fair. You can get ambulances and things up to the top of the hill and stuff like that, but it happens more often than I'm sure the authorities would like it to. So yeah, so coach loads of tourists, and some certain parts of the world don't necessarily have the same connection to dogs as the Brits have. So we tend to occasionally just leave that to itself. Charlie, no bud, no. I know exactly what you're doing. Thank you very much. Right, let's see if those dogs have gone. I think this is the way they would have came down here. I think they've probably gone that way. So we've avoided them by walking through the gorse. If you've never been to the countryside in the UK and seen gorse before, let me just explain. These are like needles, and there are thousands and thousands and thousands of needles. It's not just greenery. These are all razor sharp. Hence the wax jacket as my protection against it. You go through that with your bare arms and you come out with interesting tattoos. Good boy, bud. Good boy. Big Beagle love from Chicago. Oh my goodness. Are you watching all the way over from Chicago just now? That's phenomenal. Ruby, come and say hi to, I think, Lol. Ruby, who's this? Who's this, sweetheart? This is Ruby. And she is, she's a bit of a hunter, so she's on the long line. Similar to what Charlie was about to do a second or two ago. He was about to take himself into the gorse and go looking for deer and such like. She would go in, and Charlie came back instantly, but she would go in and stay in. And we've had occasions where she's been in for, 2 hours, which is far from ideal from an operational point of view of the business. If it was my dog and I was out on a walk and we were just enjoying our day, I'd be frustrated, but I wouldn't be letting down other families. But certainly from the point of view of making, the business operationally sort of proficient, she's burnt too many bridges to get full freedom. So she's on the long line, and you'll see for most of the time she follows us along. But every now and again she just has to have a little tug on that orange line and reminded that we're going the way we're going. And those kind of things. So I would say 99% of the time she could be off this lead, but see, for the 1% of the walks that we're on that she decides to wreak havoc, it's certainly it's stressful, shall we say. It's pretty stressful. But you've got to love them, right? Those ears look at you to keep uninfected. She's got big flop ears. To be fair to her, she doesn't. I'm going to touch some wood here. Is this wood? It's close enough. Touch wood. She's not too prone to these kind of things. Every now and again we get an issue. There's a black lab just up here, and as I said before, we're not 100% sure about Stanley. Stanley! Come here, buddy. What have I got for you? Here, Stanley, what's this? Good boy. Just yes, this one that isn't. So he's only on his second walk, and I'm just not 100% sure. It's the black lab or the flat coat or whatever it is that's back there that he'd be a wee bit unsure about. But the others he'll be fine with. It's just bigger dogs. How you doing?
I know what you mean. Aye, fine.
You right?
Just got to watch here.
Aye, well, wait and see. I mean, he'll get the chance to say hello, but I bet.
Yeah, actually, dogs jump on him and he'll just stand there, and I'm like, tell them, and he just doesn't. Like,
some of them are just that nice way, aren't they?
Yes, he's a lovely big dog.
Yeah. Hello, buddy. There we go. Nice. You too. Have a nice day. Thanks. Well done, Stanley. Good boy. Good boy. Good kid. There we go. Good boys. Good girls. Let me catch up with the chat. Good morning, Melanie. How's Stanley doing? Fine. I mean, I just popped him on the lead because I wasn't sure about the black lab there, but he saw he just kind of walked past, no problem. And we'll just do that 2 or 3 times, and then eventually he's going to get the chance to make his own decisions entirely. But he's still getting relative freedom from with the pack. He's doing fine. I've got no concerns so far. We know he's a little bit unsure around bigger dogs, but I think the pack can sometimes change the way that they experience the world. You know, these guys being calm, it's a great influence for the rest of the dogs. So they all teach each other how to behave, and they set their own set of standards of what's allowed and what isn't. So as long as it's okay with me, I'll let that pan out, and he seems to be doing fine so far. Keep coming, bud. His response rate is really good, isn't it, kiddo? Good boy. Good boy. So what else are we saying? Frank, it's snowing at the moment. Remind me of the name of your Westie, Frank. I've seen it in a couple of chats, but I can't remember what they're called. Lovely. How do they enjoy the snow? These guys, when it snows, they just love it. And I mean, they absolutely love it. It's just the best ever when we get a bit of snow. We had some at the beginning of the year. I think you were on one of our sessions when it was either snowy or really frosty, and they were all just tearing about and doing zoomies and that kind of thing, and it's great. Lol, you've had 3 beagles and 2 Foster. That's a really lovely message, lol. Thank you for that. I'm going to enjoy every moment, every day. Thank you, Lewis. Ah, that's great. Hi, Pat. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? How's Buster? How's the gang? Hope you're doing well. Thank you to everyone who's dropping little chats in. It's nice that the dogs are so well behaved that I can actually spend a little bit of time reading them. Oh, excuse me. As soon as I say that, Ruby stops dead. We'll just let these guys pass us. 2 seconds, guys. Morning, gents. How are we doing? These guys will just shuffle out your way. Sorry, excuse us. Hey, Stanley. You say hello to Buster. You say hello to Buster. Hello. Oh, we're getting some kisses from Barney. That's a very big compliment. Here we go, Barney and Nell. You're pretty much a ladies' man, Barney. You are. But nice to see you giving Stanley a kiss. They're very, very European of you. Oh, Frank, Lewis loves the snow. Yeah, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. These guys are exactly the same. It's quite wild how they. I can't imagine much more sort of painful things than rubbing your whole body over the snow and the ice, but these guys seem to just live for it. So, but it's quite pleasant. I'm just going to check my watch. My watch hasn't connected to my phone in the last few hours, so I don't know what temperature it is here, but it's warm. Like, you know, for January, it's like 6 or 7 degrees or something like that. So it's certainly not a cold for snow or those kind of conditions this week. But as I say, this red weather warning, what's happening with it? Are we going to get blown off our feet if we're here tomorrow? We're probably, I'm trying to think how high we are. Maybe 200 meters above sea level, something like that. So I dare say we'd get a tough time up here tomorrow. I'm not sure. Lino, I love dogs. I love dogs too, bud. I absolutely love them. You are in the right place. You found the right people. Stick around. We urge you. But going back to this warning, It's so calm and still up here just now. Like, I can't explain the sort of if you imagine, you know, 100 years ago, before like forecasting of the weather, if you're a day like today, you'd be a bit perplexed if you woke up tomorrow and the roof of your house was gone. So we're a wee bit worried. We're a little bit worried, but these guys, every now and again when it comes to weather, sometimes the dogs display certain characteristics. Especially, there was a couple of dogs I used to walk that if we were out and they knew it was going to rain, they would they'd go and find some shelter. You know, they'd rather be squirreling about in the bushes than out here in the grass. It was quite fascinating, but they're not showing anything. Why would they? It's like there's nothing to tell just now. I'm never sure if it's a case of the old clickbait, you know, or people just, newspapers and such like, just putting red weather warnings in the headlines just to get people to panic. I don't know. Buster doesn't like the rain even when he was young. Pat, that's fascinating. I reckon every dog that I look after, I'm just scanning around, I'm trying to have a think in my head as well. There's like, I'd say about a quarter of the dogs that I look after. So I look after just now, there's 23 on the books. I'd say at least 4 or 5 of them, at least that, you get a message every now and again, oh, it was pouring rain this morning, the dog didn't want to go out. They've had a pee, they've had a poo, but they didn't want to walk, so they might be a bit hyper when they see you. And the weather can be the same or worse when I picked up the dogs, and it doesn't seem to be a factor. I don't know, maybe this is like their Disneyland. What do you think now? And you're going to Disneyland even in the rain, right? Even in the rain. Aren't you now? What else are we saying? The calm before the storm, Pat. Yeah, I think so. Sorry, there's been quite a few comments coming now. I'm missing a few. Lino, is it? Lino? I'm so sorry. I'm terrible at thinking on my feet when it comes to these things. There's another dog walker over there. The dogs are just trying to get a photo, and the dogs are not behaving. And that's why they're focused on what's going on. You got a Cocker Spaniel, lovely. We've got a couple of Spaniels in the team. We've had quite a lot of working Cockers over the years as well. Lovely dogs, great dogs. Harris is a favourite of our streaming community. He's out on a Tuesday and a Wednesday, and he also has a real love affair with another Border Terrier. These two are Border Terriers. We've got 5 in total, one of them being Juno, and Harris, our Cocker, and Juno, our Border Terrier. They just run and run and run, and she barks the whole time, and I have to spend the whole live stream explaining, guys, don't worry, they're not fighting, they're playing. She just can't play on anything other than full volume. But thankfully, everybody seems to get it, I'm sure. We've not been reported yet, so I'm obviously joking. Yes. Oh, Pat, I see. If you're kind of wondering what I'm saying to the live stream, guys, make sure you jump into the live chat. There's a few comments there that are will make more sense to you if you're following along. Yeah, Melanie, Harris and Juno, they are amazing dogs. They're so much fun. Come on, Ruby, come on, sweetie. She's trying to roll in everything today. Okay, lol, that's interesting. A hot and cold centre leading you. So describe what that means to the chat then, from your point of view. How would that look compared to what you're seeing just now? Are they miles ahead? Are they doing different behaviours? How does that look to us then? Come on, you two. Barney, come. Oh, it's a race. There was only going to be one winner. Good boy, Otis. Good one. Good Barney. Your little legs. Your little legs. Do we all have a biscuit? I think so. Ruby. Ruby, do you want a biscuit? Come on in. Good boy, Stanley. Good girl. Did you get one? I'm pretty sure you got one. And you definitely got one. Right, you've all had, I'm certain. Come on, keep coming. You love the energy. I love their energy. Their energy today is nice and manageable. We're not too hyper. Did I tell you guys I fell on Monday? I don't think I've mentioned it. I don't like to bore you guys with my tales of woe, but I fell. I went out for a run in the morning, slipped, went over on my ankle. I thought I was going to throw up. It was that painful. And this week has been really tough on the old getaway sticks. My left ankle has been strapped up as if I've got a boot on under my boot. It has been tough going, especially this kind of terrain, but actually it's not bruised too badly, so that's really kind of confused me, because the amount of pain that I had, I thought I'd broken my leg. Anyway, we're managing to. So yeah, so some of the days when it's been a bit more wild, shall we say, I've kind of been like, come on guys, please, not today. I don't want to be chasing you around. But they're fine. We managed through. We're right on the summit now, and it's a bit windier here. A little bit. You might be able to pick it up on the mic. Just a slight breeze, but again, red weather warning wise, be interesting. Well, if I'm not live tomorrow, you'll know why. I'll maybe do it from the house. Just Dante and I on the live answering your questions, having a nice cup of tea. Go and have a run. Go and have a run. Good boys. Good boys. Yeah, Melanie, Otis is looking great. Right, Lol, I've seen you come in with a couple of messages here. Let me digest these. So you're saying that it's like the strength of the scent. Is that right? And so what would they be? Would they be like really nose down and following their nose, and everyone's got to follow them? Is that how I understand that? Otis, where are you? You're looking healthy apparently, bud. I mean, you always look good. You always look good. Melanie, have you seen Biscuit since he's been stripped? I'm sure you have. He got stripped last week, or yeah, he's been out a couple of times since then on the live stream. Oh, he looks so handsome. I love it when they're just newly stripped. He's looking good. But all the dogs that I look after, it's funny, I don't think any of them are overweight, to be fair. That would be. You see how badly I did that? And that's Jaggy as well. Right guys, come on. Keep coming. Thank you all the best. That's great info. Don't be afraid to come back and speak to us in the next one. Yeah, he does look great, doesn't he? He looks really good. He looks really good. Well, this is one of the best vantage points we're going to get of the whole city. Let me show you some things. These hills that the cloud is covering are the Pentland Hills. They're to the south of Edinburgh. It's kind of like a natural boundary. So you see the houses and then there's not any. So that kind of stops Edinburgh there. I live over there somewhere. At the bottom of the hill. Literally at the bottom of the hill. So do you now? Nearly knew. Yes, you're my neighbour. I know. And then this way's the castle. Right ahead in the middle. On the horizon there is Edinburgh Castle. And you'd say once upon a time Edinburgh Castle was the sort of middle of the city, but it's not really at all. It's like, what would you say in America? It's like downtown. But is that the right word? I think I've just confused myself even more. Anyway, it's Stanley. Stan. He's rolling about. You won't see it from there. He's rolling about in one of the bushes. Stan! Okay, we're just going to leave you then. See how long it takes them to catch us up. Yeah, so the castle. And out beyond that is the North Sea. Oh, we're kind of coming. I should have stayed where I was so that I could show you. Hello, Buster. Yes, hi. So where we are, we're kind of right in the, I don't know, we're very central in the city, put it that way. And all this green space around us is so nice. There's golf courses to our left and to our right. So we're kind of in the middle of it. And a bit that is used for, I think they use this bit to cut up some turf. Oh, there's a great example of what I'm talking about. They've cut the turf out there. And they've obviously used that to relay some of the other parts of the ground. So yeah, so usually there's big patches here, but it's just the one just now. Aye, so what do we think? Are we going to get a weather warning? What are we saying? Oh yeah, I was saying that none of them are overweight. Yeah, most of the gang are pretty sprightly. God, there's my mind just going a million miles an hour. Loads of different things going on. If I ever get sidetracked, guys, remember, just keep me right in the chat. But yeah, the team, we did a little thing on my newsletter this quarter. So I sent out, there's a website you can go on to called All About Dog Food. And you put in the type of dog food that your dog's on, and it gives you this score out of 100%, an independent review of how good it is. And it's been interesting to chat to the owners about how good their dog feed is. This is like independently reviewed. I think the guy who set it up used to work in the food industry. He knows like what goes on behind the factory doors, you know. And so he started to review the quality of the ingredients and the way that it's put together and all that kind of thing, and giving things an independent score. And some of the better brands, I'm not going to say any brands here in case once upon a time in the future they might want to help me out and sponsor. But certain brands that you would be very well known especially in the UK, scored really low, like frighteningly low. So it was quite interesting to do that exercise with a team, with the 23 dogs, see how everyone fared, and then talk about like maybe what the side effects of that might mean. So if they're on a low quality diet, things like attention might be a bit low, development might take a bit longer, frustration levels might be a bit higher, aggression might be up, especially if they're hungry. So things like that are quite fascinating when we had that chat. So yeah, quite a few things going on behind the scenes with the dogs that are always interesting to sort of talk to you guys about. Hey buddy boy, hey. Oh yeah, Melanie, I forgot you've been here. You've told me that before. When are you coming back? That's the real question, right? When are you coming for a live dog walk yourself? That would be... I remember once, so my van isn't branded anymore. That's a different story. We'll maybe talk about that another time. But my old van was branded. I had my company logo plastered all over it on the front, the back, the sides, you know, all that kind of thing. And this guy stopped me at like, sorry, sweetheart. This guy stopped me at this at a petrol station. He's like, "Oh, are you the guy who does Crighton Pet Services?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I follow you on Instagram." Like, immediately went into the van and googled how to deal with fame. It's like one of the most exciting things that's ever happened to me. I felt like an A-lister. Oh dear. I hope that's made some of you laugh there. That is true. That is genuinely true. What happened? I didn't obviously Google the how to deal with fame, but I did enjoy the the interest from this random stranger that I had no connection to whatsoever. But up until that point, it was all my friends and family and that kind of thing, you know, people who are supporting the business, and obviously some of the dog's owners and things like that. But this person was like, you know, a follower that had just happened organically. Oh, it was wild. Nice though, nice. It's making me laugh. I sent it to my friends in our group chat, and I sent them the screenshot of how to deal with fame that we pass back and forth between ourselves every now and again. So funny. Anyway, don't know how we've got onto that. As I say, you guys need to keep me in check in the chat, otherwise I'll ramble on forever. Right, well, we're going to head back towards the van. I think I've enjoyed walking with you guys. I really have. It's been fun. It's been more fun today. Excuse me. Runny nose. There we go. It's been more fun today than we've had the rest of the week. But I think I'm a bit kind of hyper because I'm a bit dreading what might come tomorrow. We don't know. I just don't know. So if I'm at home and we cancel the walks, I'll live stream from my living room with Dante on my lap. And if we go out, I might live stream with the mute button pressed so that it doesn't deafen you all. But if you'd like to see what happens, don't miss out by just taking it to chance. Make sure you hit subscribe in the chat somewhere down here, and we'll definitely get a chance to see you guys again. Yeah, don't take the chance. If you don't like it after tomorrow, just unfollow the day after. You don't have to stick around. But there's nearly 1,000 people who have supported the channel so far, and it's amazing. I can't get over just quite how many people are supporting our little dogs all the way from different corners of the globe. We've had people on this morning. One of the first comments from Chicago. I'm sure that person's long gone now. But they were kind enough to drop us a comment and things like that. So it's lovely. It's lovely. So yeah. So anyone in the UK watching, stay safe. Make sure you get batten down the hatches and whatever all the lingo is. Make sure you guys secure anything in your gardens. Apparently it's going to be tough. So we'll see. These guys are tough. We're pretty tough. We might be out. I'll say this. I plan to be out. But whether we actually can go ahead with it or not, I don't know. So you'll just have to wait and see. But thank you for tuning in today. It's been lovely fun. We'll see you on the next live stream. Hopefully tomorrow. Well, definitely tomorrow. Maybe from my living room. And if not, from somewhere like this. With the team. Ready to go. All the best. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.